Hey, everybody. Welcome to Team Call. It is Monday, June 21st. And for those of you that don't know me, I am Rochelle Osborne. I am a Sapphire Ambassador, and I am a mom of 8, pregnant with number 9, due in 3 months or so. And I'm a homeschooling mama. I'm a stay-at-home mama. We are a retired Army family. And just a little bit of belief building for y'all tonight. For those of you that don't know, I started working my business when baby number 6 was a brand new newborn. He was like 1 month old. And I have worked all through retirements, having babies, graduating kids, all the different ages and stages of kids, moving. Oh my word, that was a lot. Just all the things. And so now doing this, it's been almost 6 years. Next month, it'll be 6 years. My hubby is home now. He, as I said, is retired Army. And so he's able to be home now, which is so huge because he was gone and missed out on so many things of the kids growing up. And it has just been a really big blessing to have him home. He is still working part-time. He said he's too young to be like retired, but he's home and we don't have to have any more of those days missed, the big things like the anniversaries and the birthdays and the small things either. So anyway, so that's just a little bit of belief building for you guys. And tonight I'm so excited because I'm going to be talking about how to have a solid business by creating workers, creating leaders. So leaders is where that residual income is going to come from that I mentioned in the post. So this business is absolutely incredibly amazing. It's legitimately amazing. Our comp plan is awesome. So if you want to make $1,000 a month, if you want to make $10,000 a month, if you want to make $50,000 a month, like any of that is possible. You just have to be willing to do these things, okay? It's very simple, and it's just a matter of doing small, simple daily things consistently over time that compound into massive success, okay? So if you want this residual income, you must link arms with people and bring them along to do the business with you, okay? You will not grow without your people doing the business with you, okay? So the definition of network marketing is to help develop people and to duplicate that so that you're not doing all the work by yourself. We all have enough work to do, right? Like, can I get an amen? Like, we all have enough work to do. So we don't need to be recruiting 1 million people by ourselves, 1 million level ones, right? Like, we want to make sure that we are creating those leaders. So we're developing our level ones and helping them to develop their level ones and helping them to develop their level ones, and on we go. So it's really simple. You recruit your people, you help them to go fast start silver, you help their team to go fast start silver, and you just keep repeating that. Repeat over and over and over. Okay, so there are going to be all of you guys on here. There's different stages. There's different things happening. And so just know that I'm making generalized statements. And I know that everybody is in a different spot and in a different time in their life, different seasons, different stages, okay? So just make sure that this is, I'm praying that this is encouraging to you guys, okay? All right, so the way that you start this is by creating workers and creating leaders is you have to talk about the business. You have to talk about the business boldly, and you have to talk about the business a lot because people don't know what they don't know. Otherwise, people are just lumping Plexus into any other company out there. And I know I'm going to tell a personal story. I know for myself, I personally did not want to do this business when I first started. I was happy on my products. I did not want to do a business. I had 5 kids at the time when I first started my products. And I just was like, absolutely not. Like, no, my mom had done Longer Burger baskets and I had seen her with all the paperwork, which I know it's different now. We don't have all the paperwork, right? Hallelujah. Because she had some big old stacks of papers, but she had all the papers, she had all the baskets, she had all the pottery, she would go and do all the shows. I would go with her and do these shows. And so it was fun to do some of that with her. And I learned a lot, but I also learned that I did not want to do that. I did not want to go away from my 5 kids. I did not want to have to pack things up in the car and do all this. So at the time, I did not know that Plexus was different. I did not know all the things that we know about Plexus, that you don't have to carry inventory, that you have customer service, that you can just call them up, that you don't have all that paperwork and all the things. But I just kind of lumped it in like, yeah, no, I don't want that. And so, by the way, I forgot to say, Fallon Reed is my cousin, and I am her level 1. And so I saw her ranking up. I saw her doing these things, but I still it did not compute with me that you could have residual income. I legitimately, so she already knows this story, so I can share it with you guys. And it's kind of funny, but I legitimately thought she had lost her mind. Like, I was like, you're going to do Plexus? How are you going to raise your kids by doing Plexus? Like, I did not know what she knew. I did not know. I didn't see all the stories of all of these other diamonds that she was seeing and how much money that could come in with this. I did not know. So when I say people don't know what they don't know, it is the truth. So here I was, not wanting a business. And I told her that. And so she was fine with that. She loved me where I was at. And she was so busy working with her other 3 leaders that are diamonds and sapphires themselves now. And she let me just be happy on my product. She checked in on me, all of the things, right? Well, one day I came to her and I'm like, listen, I want to be on these products. I want my whole family on the products, and we need to get these products paid. So how can I do this? And she tells the story that she saw, that she was like, oh, this girl is going to do more than get her products paid. She saw that. I didn't see that. I didn't have any thoughts of that at all, but she saw something that I didn't see and that I didn't know. So she helped me where I was at. So don't give up on your people that say they don't want to work the business, because you never know what's going to happen and where they're going to come from and who's going to be your next sapphire. Okay. So you have to talk about the business, and you have to talk about the business often. Okay. Most people are going to bed at night and they are worried about they're worried about their finances more than they're worried about the probiotics. They're worried about the debt that they have, their loans, and how they're going to pay the bills, not, oh, let me focus on my gut health, right? So we have to talk about the finances, the residual income, the compensation plan, the income disclosure. People don't know what they don't know, okay? So we want to be focusing on adding, on multiplying our team, not just adding. So when we are only focused on products, then that's what we're going to have in our back office. We're going to have a back office full of wholesalers that either are loving their products and they're doing great, or that are detoxing and not loving their products, and you're troubleshooting with them and all of these things. And you're not going to build that business to where you can have that residual income. So this is why you have to multiply and create leaders, okay? You don't find workers. Every now and again, somebody may get lucky and recruit a rock star that just has got big dreams and big goals and big vision, and off they run. But majority of the time that does not happen. You don't find them. You have to create them, okay? So boldly, with confidence, with excitement, because excitement is contagious, you are sharing the opportunity. You are sharing the business in your posts, in your stories. You are talking about it with your teams, in your messengers, in your 3-way chats. You're on the phone with people. You're on 3-way calls, because believe me, people are already thinking about it, okay? So a few things. You're going to share the opportunity. You're going to handle their objections. Just know right away the people are going to have objections, okay? They're going to have them. So just know that. So if somebody says no, or not right now, just know it's okay. Okay. I was one of those people that said no. Okay. So you're going to just have to learn how to overcome those objections. For a couple of things you can do is, well, I'll get to the overcoming objections in just a second, but there are some great videos that I can also link in the comments of this post when I'm done. So you're basically so you're sharing the business, you're handling objections because they're going to come, and then you're following up, expecting them to say no, but you're continuing to follow up. This is why we have commercials that play over and over and over again. We see the same thing. This is why homeschooling mom here, we have to teach phonics over and over and over again, because people need repetition and people need reminders, and that is okay. Okay. So for instance, if somebody joined you for the products, because you were posting about your pink drink, that's awesome. But you are then going to be following up about the business. You are never going to stop following up. You're always going to be following up. Okay. And you're just going to repeat that over and over and over again. You're sharing about the business, you're handling their objections, you're following up with them, and you're looping it back around. You're handling the one objection, and then you might ask them, well, did that help you with anything? Did that help you in any way? Yes, it did. Perfect. Or no, it didn't. No, it didn't. Okay. And then they're going to say the next objection that they have. You're going to overcome that one, and then you're going to keep going, and you're just going to be on repeat with that. Okay. So some do's and don'ts of creating workers is you do want to have a strong posture. You want to know where you're going, because if you don't know where you're going, nobody's going to get in the car with you and drive to a destination unknown, right? Like, you need to know where you're going. So you need to have your strong why, and you need to have that big belief, and cast a big vision for people. Okay. So you need to, so do's and don'ts. Do have a strong posture. Do know that anyone can do this. It is not a matter of if you can, it is a matter of if you are willing. Are you willing to be coachable? Do you have a good work ethic? I will tell you right now, I didn't know what in the world I was doing when I first started. Legit, did not even know what that little magnifying glass was, the search bar. I didn't know anything. But I had a good work ethic, and I was figuring things out with Fallon's help. So do know that anyone can do this, okay? Do ask questions and or use the feel, felt, found method. So this is where I was going to give you a couple of examples of overcoming objections. So somebody says to you, well, I don't have time to do this. Hello, that was me. So a question that you could say to them would be, well, how much time do you think you're going to need? Just respond back with the question. Let them answer the question. You don't even need to answer. Just let them answer it. How much time do you think you're going to need? That's an example of asking questions. Now the feel, felt, found method. So if somebody says, these products are too expensive, then you could say something like, oh, I understand. I totally get it. I was in the same boat. Like, when I first started, it was really tight for us as well. And, I felt the same as what you're feeling right now. But what I found was that insert whatever your part of the story is. What I found is that I wasn't buying so many sweets anymore, and it was actually saving in my grocery budget. Or in my case, I was researching how much these probiotics cost, and I was like, oh my gosh, these probiotics are so cheap compared to like getting all the individual ingredients. So fill in the blank for whatever is your story. Okay. But that's the feel, felt, found method. Okay. I already mentioned this, share the income disclosure statement. Break it down for them monthly of what in the world they can bring in and what is possible with Plexus. Again, people don't know what they don't know. Okay. Some don'ts. Don't ever stop following up. I just already said that. I'm saying it again. Don't ever stop following up. You always follow up until you die. You just never stop. Okay. And you just don't give up on your people. Don't ever give up on your people. At some point, they're going to come back and they're going to say thank you to you, and it's going to make your heart soar, and their heart's going to already be soaring. So don't ever give up on your people. Okay. And another the last don't is don't go into convincing mode, you guys. If you are going into convincing mode, that's not a good thing. You want to make sure that you're being professional, not pushy, and the products sell themselves. The business is amazing. So we let people know what they don't know, but we're not going into convincing mode. Okay. So on the note of multiplying, not just adding. So with adding, I think about it as if you're just adding followers or wholesalers, people that are loving the products. So say, for instance, you are on your wall and you are posting the most amazing, beautiful pictures of your pink drink mixed up next to your pool or in your garden or wherever. And then, which, mind you, let me just say really fast, there is nothing wrong with that. We definitely do. I still do that because people don't know what they don't know, right? So you definitely do want to post about products. but you don't want to just post about the products. Okay. So you're posting only about the products. You're posting all these great things about the products. You are an expert at helping them get started on how to take the products. You're an expert at helping them troubleshoot and get through detox. All of that is super important, and it's a must. You have to do it because you have to have your retention, right? And you want people to love their products and stay on their products. But you can't only do that. You have to talk about the business. Okay. So multiplying is when you are developing people, when you're creating those workers, and becoming a leader who develops other leaders requires a different focus. It requires a different attitude from simply just attracting wholesale products, right? And wholesalers, followers. You want to really change your mindset to help you focus on developing leaders and how you can do this. Remember what I said, anyone can do this. If you would have asked me almost 6 years ago about developing leaders, I would have been like, no, not me. But think about it like this. Remember the phrase, if you catch a fish for a day, you feed a man. If you catch one fish, you feed a man for a day. And if you teach them how to fish, I'm totally butchering this thing, but you guys know where I'm going. If you catch a fish, you're going to feed a person for a day. If you teach them how to fish, then you're going to feed them for a lifetime. So we're not here to just attract one person or whatever, only level ones and not grow. You want to be making a bigger impact, and you want to be attracting your people and then helping them to go fast start silver, helping their people to go fast start silver. This is what John Maxwell calls leaders math, is the multiplying, not just adding. Okay. So it all starts with personal growth. If you can develop yourself, then you can have success. If you can develop a team, then you can have organizational success. But if you can develop leaders, you are going to have organizational success that is like explosive. Okay. So that is the multiplying factor. But you must have that personal and professional growth. So that's kind of really where it starts on the daily. When I first started, we didn't have book club back then yet. And I did not know what personal growth meant. I had no clue what that meant. I thought reading my Bible was enough personal growth, and I just didn't have a clue of what personal growth meant. And so, but personal growth is so important. It's reading the books, it's applying them, and personal growth is going to really fuel your mind, and it's going to feed your soul. You can only go as far as you can grow. So if you don't know the things, and if you're not applying the things that you're learning, and if you're not teaching your team the things, then they're not going to be able to grow. If you grow yourself, then your team is going to grow. Okay. Did you know that there's no such thing as a full-grown tree? Like, trees are always growing. Excuse me. The day that a tree stops growing is the day that the tree dies. So we should want to be like trees, right? I know there's some memes going around like, you're not a tree, move, right? Like, you can move, you're not planted in the ground, but I'm talking about upward growth, right? So you never want to stop growing. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're in elementary school, middle school, high school, college, because I got some of all of them. And we're always learning and growing. We're always learning and growing, and we should never want to stop until we die. Again, until we die, right? So keep growing and keep doing the things daily. Grow yourself. Your team's going to grow. You cannot have growth without a proper root system. I was just talking about this with my husband because we were talking about these crepe myrtles that we planted in the yard last year. And so they didn't really bloom, and like the flowers didn't really come out. They had green leaves, but the flowering blooms didn't come. And they usually come every July in Maryland here. And this year they're already starting to bloom, and they've grown, and they are so beautiful, but they had to have some time to get that root system in place. They had to be watered, they had to be fertilized, they had to be put in the soil the right way, right? And so you are not going to have growth unless you have a proper root system. So how do you fertilize and water yourself? You need to be working on raising your leadership lid. John Maxwell talks about this in his book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And he talks about, like, if you are an 8 and a 9, then you are going to be attracting 6s and 7s. You're not going to be able to attract 10s. You're not going to attract anything that's higher than you, because that's your lid. So you want to raise your lid, okay? Because if you're an 8 or a 9, then you're attracting 6s and 7s, and then they are attracting 4s and 5s. You see what I'm saying? So you want to always be working on raising your lid no matter where you are at in your business. Okay, you're going to read the books. You're not going to just read the books and not know what you're reading. Like when I was in college and I'm like, I just read a whole page and I don't even know what I just read. Like, read the books and apply the books. Okay, you're going to get on team calls. You're going to get golden nuggets from these calls. There are so many things that I would not, I mean, I can say, well, I wouldn't be here without reading the books, but I wouldn't be here without a lot of things. I wouldn't be here without the team calls, the golden nuggets that I would learn from all of them. I wouldn't be here without the book club. So get on the book clubs, get on, and don't just get on and have your video off and be sitting there not really paying attention. Really pay attention and say something. Like, get out of your comfort zone and say something that resonated with you as you were reading. Okay, there are going to be times people are going to be, well, I didn't get a chance to read my chapters this week. I don't want to say anything. I didn't want to say that on the call. You don't have to say that. It's okay. Hello, I have absolutely had times in my business where I did not get my chapters read, and it is okay. But you can still add value by piggybacking off of what somebody else is saying or listening to the discussion part and still saying something, because that's going to help you to get out of your comfort zone, and it's going to help you to grow. Okay. Getting into your 3-way calls and your 3-way chats, and just being on the phone and talking to your sponsor, that's going to really help you with your personal growth. As far as the book clubs go and the reading of the books, you don't want to just wait for leaders and then read the books. Well, I don't have any leaders, so I'm not going to read the books. Well, I don't have any leaders, so I'm not going to get on book club or team call. Like, I just don't have that yet. No, you're going to get on the team calls. You're going to get on the book clubs. You're going to read the books. You're going to do the things, because then when you do get the leaders, then you're going to know what to do with them. So you have to know what to do with your people. Remember, your name is the only name on your paycheck. It's not everybody else's name is on your pay. It's your name. So it's your job to make sure that you are growing yourself so that you can grow your team. Okay. Another thing. So that's personal growth. You want to have influence. Leadership is influence. So some people come into this and they already have influence with their friends and whatnot. Other people are like, I don't have influence. How do I get influence? So no matter where you're at, it's okay. Anybody can gain influence. Anybody can learn anything. It's just a matter of if you're willing to do it. Okay. So a few ways to add to get influence, to have influence, is, are you adding value? What are you posting about? What are you putting in your stories? I personally am posting about being a Christian mama, pregnancy, home birthing, healthy living, homeschooling, big family, things like that. So that's kind of like my brand, so to speak. People talk about creating your brand and all of that, but just, you're adding value. You're not just saying, well, I'm a homeschooling mom of 9. Like, you're talking about, how do you homeschool? What do you do? What are your systems that you have in place? You're talking about either the different things, maybe even a video on your stories, or you're writing a post about it. But that way people can get to know you and you can develop trust with people. And when you have trust, that's where you have influence. Okay. So you want to really work on building your relationships and really care about people, because people don't really care how much you know about all these products and all the ingredients in them and what everything does at every cellular level everywhere. They don't really care about all the things that you know, unless they know how much you care. So you really want to make sure that you are, just focusing on how much you care about them and loving on them and all of that. So those are a few ways that you can gain influence. I see all these people commenting in the chat. I'm going to have to check the chat later when I'm done, because I'll get distracted over here. Okay. So personal growth, influence. Also, you want to have commitment. Okay. You have to be committed. Without commitment, there's no success. Have you guys ever heard of the little phrase that says the chicken was involved, but the pig was committed, for like your bacon and eggs breakfast or whatever? So you have to be committed to the process. You have to be committed to your goals, your dreams. Success Commitment doesn't come without success, and success doesn't come in a day. Success does not come right away. It comes from the simple, small steps done daily and consistently that compound over time and lead to massive success. So you have to keep doing the little things. You have to keep reaching out to people, sharing and posting on Facebook. I have been, or social media, they didn't have Instagram back then. I don't think anyways, I don't know. But I have posted for almost 6 years now. I've never not posted, minus Sundays and whatever, a birthday here and there, whatever. But I've been posting for 6 years, you guys. Like, I just have never stopped. So you just keep doing the small things over and over and over and over again. Okay. Committed. Are you willing to be coachable? Are you willing to be accountable? Doing your IPA every day, your income producing activity, your impact producing activity, being intentional with your time. Are you willing to be visible and in front of your team, showing up even when you don't feel like it, because they're not always going to feel like it, right? Are you willing to pay the price? There is some short-term sacrificing of the pleasures now so that you can have those long-term dreams come true. For instance, not sitting around watching TV every night. I know everybody always uses that example. I just can't think of another thing right now, but I just don't watch TV. I do on date night with my husband. We watch TV on Saturdays, but I'm not every night sitting here in front of the TV. I am working on reading my 10 pages a day and focusing on grading schoolwork or whatever it is that I'm doing. And it's not just the Plexus business, it's being a mom too, right? So there's all the things, right? But are you willing to do the hard things now? I mean, as moms, we all know sacrifice, that's like what we do, right? We should all be really good at it. Oh my goodness. And some people are just not willing to sacrifice the things that they need to do now in their business. And that's okay. Not everyone is, but just know that if you're not willing to do those things, then just own that and know that that's where you're at. And that's why you're there. That's why you are where you're at. Okay. Leaders, are you willing to say the hard things and be the coach and not just the cheerleader sometimes? Like, you have to sometimes say the hard things. We cannot just be the cheerleaders. Not with our kids, not with our team. So anyways, all right. So enough about that. So there are 3 phases of leadership, you guys. There's the nurturing phase, there's the equipping phase, and there is the developing phase. And so we want to be making sure that we are nurturing all of our people, encouraging them, getting them started out strong. We want to be a good sponsor, not just a good recruiter, right? So we're nurturing all of our people. We're equipping, training many, and developing is the third one. Only a few people are you going to develop. Jesus had 12 disciples. We're not here to develop 300 people. I mean, I don't want to say you can't, because, with God, all things are possible, right? But that's what I was talking about in the beginning with the network marketing thing. Like, we are here to develop our level ones, and then our level ones have been equipped, they've been nurtured, and now they are nurturing and equipping their level ones. And that is how network marketing works. Okay. So who do you work with? Who are the people that you're working on developing? The people that are saying that they want to do it, yes, but their feet have to match their mouth. It can't just be, oh, I want to be a diamond, but then they're not coachable. They're not on the calls. They're not doing the things. So look for your people that are coachable. Look for people that you don't have to tell them over and over and over and over again, get on the team calls with us, get on the team calls with us. And then they've always got an excuse of why they're not on the team calls. So the people that are on the team calls, people that are on book clubs, that are talking on book clubs, that are in the IPA chats, people that are taking initiative to come to you and say, hey, I watched this video. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Or, hey, I have this question, or whatever. Like, you'll know the people that you are meant to be working with. And so you really want to spend 80% of your time on those top 20% people. Okay. Not the other way around. This can be really hard for yellows. I'm a yellow blue. And I had a really hard time understanding that when Fallon would tell me. I don't know how many times she told me that, not she didn't say the 80-20 rule specifically to me, but she would say different things in different ways to try to get me to understand. I just was trying to help all of my people. I just wanted to help all my people. They're all my friends. But the thing is we all have, our time is all valuable. And if we have kids, if we don't have kids, if we have jobs or don't outside of the house or not, whatever, all of our time is valuable. And so if we're pouring so much time and giving all this time to the bottom 20%, that is not a good use of our time. Do we still talk to all of our team? Absolutely. Like, we still are going to mention them, talk to them, message them, love on them. Hey, God brought you to mind today. But we are not going to spend 80% of our time on that, right? Okay. Also on that note, some people are going to need more. Some people are going to need less. We just planted this summer some cucumbers, some tomatoes, some peppers. We don't have a big yard. We have a pool instead. And so we have like little pots around, and our cucumbers, like, they grow so fast. Anybody that has gardens, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like, they grow so fast, and all you'd have to do is water them. And it's like the next day you have these big old cucumbers, and they're just like, wow, they grew a lot, you know. Other things are not going to grow as fast. Like, our green peppers are taking forever, but that's just a normal thing. And it's just the way that the green peppers are. They take longer to grow than the cucumbers. So just know that everybody needs your time, your top 20%, that you're spending 80% of your time on. And so some people will need more of it. Some people will need less. And you just are going to have to, you'll know your people as you're working with them. Okay. But you're running with your runners and you're walking with your walkers. So anyways, if you are not where you want to be, it's 9:33, you guys. I'm trying to hurry up here and do my little recap as well. So if you're not where you want to be, look at where you're at, pray about it, and look at the 4 pillars to see what areas you need to work on. The 4 pillars are, for those of you that don't know, recruiting, retention, duplication, developing leadership. Don't try to master all 4 of them all at one time. Just work on one thing at a time, okay? And definitely make sure that you are getting out of your comfort zone in whatever area it is that you need to work on. Stretch and grow yourself in that area. I did not want to lead a team call the first time Fallon asked me to lead a team call. I was like, what? I don't want to do that. No, I was so scared to death. And she's like, you're going to be fine. Brittany talks. She reads all her notes in front of the mirror and talks to herself in the mirror. Just do that. I'm like, talk to myself in front of the mirror. Okay. So I tried that. And then I was like, I got to hide from these kids. I can't think. Anyways, it was like, I felt like it took me all day to just get prepared for this one call, you know. But after that, it was so empowering to me, and it boosted my confidence so much because everybody was coming to me then and they were like, oh my gosh, Rochelle, I just loved your call. That was so inspiring, or whatever they all said. And so that was really helpful to me. But work on whatever areas it is that you need to work on. If leadership is one of your areas, please don't be scared by that name. I've already said it a couple of times. I'm going to say it again. Anyone can learn leadership. Anyone can learn any of these things. Okay, you just have to be willing to do it. I was totally scared of the word leadership. I did not understand what that even meant, really. And I remember saying to Fallon, I'm not a natural born leader like Matt is. He's a natural leader. But the thing is she thought it was crazy. She's like, well, you're a firstborn. Of course you're a leader, you know? So she saw these things that I didn't see. And so we really have to focus on our mindset. Mind your mind. Mindset is huge. Okay. And if you are constantly telling yourself, I'm not a good leader, I don't want to lead the team call, I don't want to do this, then you need to do exactly what you're saying that you don't want to do. You don't want to lead a team call? Lead a team call. Get out of your comfort zone and just do it. Okay. So focus on impacting others. Cast your vision far and wide. Okay. People don't know what they don't know. When they know what they know, that when they know what we know, then they're going to be at the same conclusion as us, and they're going to be doing the same thing that we're doing, which is running with this business and going to the top, right? Like, they don't know what they don't know. Okay. So it's all about the impacting others. Okay. Enjoy your journey. Do not compare yourself to other people. Don't compare yourself to their journeys. Don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20, all those things. None of that matters. You focus on trusting the process and working on the areas that you need to work on. You are where you need to be for a reason. God has a purpose and a plan in all things, and you are learning what you need to learn in that season of your life. Okay. If you never quit then you will be a diamond. Like, this is just not rocket science, right? Like, you just never quit. Who knows how long it'll take you? Who knows? Maybe you're going to be like the cucumber or the pepper. I don't know. But you never quit, and then you're not going to fail. You can't fail if you don't quit. The only difference between a silver and a diamond is time and consistency. Creating workers. You have to create workers in order to be diamond. Okay, so keep posting, keep sharing, keep doing the things, keep showing up. All right, some book recommendations that I had for you guys are, these are all John Maxwell. I love John Maxwell. These are leadership books, and they're also personal growth books. So the 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, Developing the Leaders Around You, Developing the Leader Within You, Becoming a Person of Influence. There was another one. The Leader's Greatest Return is another really good one of John Maxwell's. It's a newer one. And then we just got done reading The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson with I know you guys on Pink Power did, and then we also did it in my team. And holy moly, you guys, that is such a stinking good book. So, all right. So really quickly to recap, how to create workers. I wrote this down so I could read, because sometimes, you feel like you're like all over and you're saying all these things, and I just want to do like a quick recap for you guys. And then we're getting off. It's 9:37. Okay. How to create workers recap. Have to have a solid why. Why are you doing this? To retire your husband, to pay off loans, to pay off debt, to pay your bills, to work in ministry? What is your why? You have to have a rock solid belief in yourself, in these products, in network marketing as a whole, and in our amazing company, Plexus. You then are going to share the opportunity, and you're going to talk about the business often. You're going to share it boldly, you're going to share it with confidence, and you're going to be excited about it, because excitement is contagious. They don't know what they don't know, and our job is to tell them. And when they know what we know, then they're going to be doing this with us, right? We're going to cast vision far and wide, get people to events, do an online event, plug people into the team page so that they can see this amazing team culture that we have, and just cast that vision on three-way calls, on regular phone calls, whatever. Casting your vision, okay? Handle objections, because they're going to come. Follow up and never stop. And then when you have somebody that wants to work, you are going to help them to develop their why. You're going to talk to them about their dreams, their goals, what makes them laugh, what makes them sing, what makes them cry, and you are going to help them write down their why. You are then going to help them post. You're going to help them get their list of friends together with memory friend, whatever that thing is called, the memory tracker, whatever. And you're going to go through and you're going to help them to write down everybody that they know, okay? Or the list of 64. There's all kinds of different things out there. Get your people helped with writing their list, okay? Then you're going to help them to share, to reach out, to follow up, to get into IPA chats. You are going to be a good sponsor, not just a good recruiter. You're going to help them go fast start silver. You're going to talk about the fast start program, because people don't know what they don't know. You want to help them have good, quick, fast success. And then you want to brag on them and pour your belief into them so that they can know what you know, right? You're going to make sure you're telling them about team calls and book clubs. You're going to be on the phone with them often to help to teach them, to train them, to listen to them, to help them grow, to help overcome their objections, because you're going to have different objections even as you're going along in this business. And then you're going to help them, because it's just like a layering of detox. If you think about it from the product side of it, with the products, if you have different layers, we don't just detox once, like we're going to detox every 3 months or whatever. We're going to have the same thing in our business. We're going to have to get rid of old mindsets. We're going to have to learn and grow to the next step. Like, it's important to talk to your sponsor on these things. Okay. And then you're going to help. So you're helping them go fast start silver, then you're helping them to help their people go fast start silver and continue to share. And you don't stop at silver. We want to, like I said, cast the vision far and wide so that they can see what is possible at emerald, at sapphire, at diamond, at ruby, whatever it is, okay? And then you're going to help them to cast their vision for their people. So I was trying to talk fast, you guys. It's 9:40. Hope that was helpful. And we will see you guys next week. Bye.